You've said you never really intended to be a singer in the first place, so how did that came about? How does one become a musician without intention?
I think sometimes it just happens to you, you know? Like for me, it was just like I was always making music and I was always doing things that was creative, and it wasn't really with the intention of sharing it or putting it into the public. So when finally I made a mixtape, I just made it overnight. I made like 17 songs because I wanted to make a video, and I put it out the next day on the internet, and everyone started sharing it. And then that's when shortly after, probably like a month after, a lot of people started hitting me up because everyone was just sharing it, telling people about it, telling their friends about it. And that's when I kind of realized, like, I mean, I knew that being an artist was what I wanted to do in my life because it was who I was, and I was like, it doesn't make sense for me to do anything else in my life that doesn't involve all my creative outlets. You know, my passion for film, and my passion for design and music and writing and all the things that I love to do all incorporate themselves into what this career is. So it just made sense for me, you know?
Well, I know there was a sort of tough period in your life when you had to sleep in a car parked in a park in Virginia. How did it shape you as an artist? Because I'm sure it had some influence on your work.
I mean, I've had a lot of, you know, I'm still young, but I've had a lot of experiences in my life, and I think that anybody who has to kind of grow up fast and figure things out for themselves, it just makes you more, it makes you more in tune with life and with the world, and kind of makes you, you know how to deal with the short end of the stick, you know how to deal with opposition. And I think that's really important to know in the world, to know that you can rely on only self and still become something and still get through the day and be better the next day by yourself.
And you were writing back then in a car, right? You were writing poems?
Yeah, I mean, I always been writing since I was little. I always like writing poetry, so I always been writing.
Is that a good place to write?
Anywhere is a good place to write. I can write in the park, I can write anywhere, I can write anywhere. I like to be outside when I write, so.
How deeply connected are you with Colombian culture?
I mean, Colombia is my home, you know, it's where my family still lives, it's where I feel truly connected to myself, and I think it's probably where I'm gonna die. It's probably where I'm gonna spend like my last years.
I think it's being, there's a stereotype of Colombia as a very dangerous, violent place, and given the popularity, the worldwide popularity of TV series like Narcos, the stereotype is being reinforced. How are things back home at the moment? Is it any better?
Things are great in Colombia, actually. Things are great, and I think people love to try to instill stereotypes about Colombia globally because they're jealous of us and that we beat them at the World Cup.
You know, you've beaten Poland, unfortunately. Do you follow the World Cup? Since we're talking about football,
yes.
I'm very happy about the result. How do you rate Colombia's performance?
I mean, I think we did amazing. To get as far as we did, I'm so proud of us, and I think that it was really close between England and Colombia. It was really, really close, and at the end of the day, it came down to that last, you know, that's kind of just about luck and the referee, so.
A lot of your songs deal with loneliness and isolation, really. Are you a loner by nature?
Yeah, I definitely am an introvert. I think I've always been an introverted person majority of my life. I have moments where I feel outgoing, but that's like rare.
And you once mentioned that your goal is global domination, and I just wanted to ask you, how are things? Are you satisfied with the way things are, and what's your next move towards conquering the world?
I mean, somebody like me probably will never be like fully satisfied because I always want to be better and I always want to do better, and I want tomorrow to be the next level of today. And I think I'm just gonna always keep working. I mean, I don't feel that I've reached my peak at all, and I'm just gonna keep going, and hopefully I never reach a peak. Hopefully it's just always upwards.